Welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining in. We are working our way through the 32 sword form, and in this case we are on the fourth movement. It is a press and block. It's also referred to as a horizontal withdrawal to the right, a horizontal draw to the right, a carry the sword to the right, a right slice with a bow step. Multiple meanings. Really, we're looking here at just one of a truly block type movements. We're withdrawing the sword and we're pressing down. So I'll show you the demonstration from here. So the detailed instruction with this is, you remember we've come up through here and cut. All I'm doing in this case is I'm bringing the sword up over top and I'm circling it down and pressing. What's important to remember with this is, remember the parts of the sword that we were talking about. This section right here is the section that's not as sharp. This is the section we're going to actually use to force or to block with something. So we're going to use, and in this case it's pretty evident with this particular sword because this is very thick here and then it tapers up through there. I want this angle right here where I'm using the blade as part of this to press something down. So the movement here is to push down as part of that. So I'm sealing something and pressing it down through there. So I want to be in a controlled motion. I have the sword hand here to press down. I'm just stepping from here. I'm just going from a left bow stance, left mountain climbing stance, into a right mountain climbing stance and pressing down. That movement just seals and presses down. Common mistakes with this one. As we come through here, the most common mistake with this one is stepping too much to the front and not going through and doing a good Taiji stepping and then not realizing what you're doing. So you're not just turning the sword over, you're utilizing this portion to come through and press down. So there is an arcing motion here. As I come through the cut, I'm withdrawing slightly, turning and pressing down. Sword hand must support that hand. It's not how strong is my right hand, it is a combination strike and pushing down. And so you're catching it here, you're not thinking in terms of the front part or the back part of the sword, it's this part of the sword that's actually pressing down. So those are most of the common mistakes. This is a shorter movement, but you really want to think in terms of what am I doing. This is very similar to a press movement in that the motion comes through here, but you want to support with the left hand as you press down to the right. This is a press block or a press down with the motion. So from the application here, we want to make sure that we have control of whatever's coming in. So if I have a spear here and I've come through, my sword is here, I need to join it here, turn it, and press it down. All right? If I don't catch it here and I catch it like up here, my sword is getting stuck. It's down here at the bottom and I'm catching it here in the little valley between the handle and the sword itself. So pushing down here is important. If I don't control that, she's able to come over top and do something else or continue through and do this. So your motion here has to catch it and push it down. Now the push down is down at a 45-degree angle. So if I try and push it out to the side, then I've got to lift my arm up. If I try and push it down, she's just going to come through and stab my leg. So the motion has to be down at an angle. And that's really where you're going with that particular motion. So think in terms of controlling and pressing down as part of that particular movement. So the before and after moves with this one, if you remember, we came through for swallow skims the water. We're coming forward, turning the sword and pressing down. And you see that angle here. And then I'm going to step forward with the left and do the same thing down to the left. So this is a right press block and a left press block as part of the next movement, and that's movement number 5. So practice through this one. We'll do a follow along here for a couple of movements so you get the feeling of it, and then you can go on to the next movement.